Alrighty. Sorry, I got a hiccups a bit there. It looks like everything's working. So, welcome, one and all. Greetings, Sophins and Sapiens, ladies and gentlemen. Those that are neither, and those that are in between. I am the Lowlife Cat. I'm also known as the Sarcasm Detector on YouTube. And I'm starting out the morning with a little bit of a frog in my throat. Something throat there. So we're going to be doing some Star Trek Online today. It's been a while since we've actually streamed this game, and we're going to be messing around with some of the intel stuff. As you can see, I have the legendary Donnie here going. It's actually got a control build of sorts. It's a DEW-SCI controller, Spore popper, surgical striker. You guys will see in a second what I mean by that. And of course, we got a couple of other ships we might be playing with. But for those of you who are new to the channel, I like to do chill and calm content. For the most part, there may be mayhem and shenanigans and tomfoolery going on screen, but I will be my usual calm and laid back self. Well, that's the hope anyways. So sit back, relax, and we're gonna jump into this. Oh, but before I do that, there's one thing I do want to kind of point out. Let's do the ISC charts. Look who's at number 10. Look who's at in the top 10. Just cracked it. Yeah? Huh? This needs to be updated. It's not a courage. It was done in the sticks, but And who's down here? Who's the low DPS that's down here? Triz. I'm sorry, man. I have DPS you again. In any event. Yeah, let's get back to the ship in question. So, Legendary Donnie, I called it the Augmenter. And just a quick look at it, it's pretty much a pure energy build. I have some Ilachis here, and they've been all re-engineered to crit D. I put my Disruptor Dual Beam Bank here, it's also into crit D. And then it's just like House Martok and Omni, and it's just a kinetic cutting beam. I had a second one, a spare one, so I just re-engineered it to crit D. I don't have enough to upgrade it to Epic at the moment. I'm kind of spaceport. I'm not quite sure of these guys. I was running the Gamma set here, but I think maybe the Revolutionary set might actually be a better choice in this for this build. So we might actually try that out. Something like that, and that gives us the whole doohickey here. With that's the Lance Enhanced Weaponized Mycelial Emitter. We got several uncon procs on this thing, and exploiters. Quick look at the stations. I did post this on Twitter. But you can see here, this is mainly reliant on Spore Infused. So if I was to open up with this thing, it would be a few agony, well, a couple of uncon procs there. Then you'd open up with Gravity Well, Very Cold in Space, the Pulse, the EMP, Turbulence, and then you have these guys, which should be on a very quick cooldown to pop off the Spore Infused. Doesn't have that much control in the way of traits. But yeah, the spore popping is kind of spectacular when it gets going. Let's make sure the roster is correct. Yeah, I have a couple of con officers. Tractor beam, gravimetrics scientist, and the warp theorist here. These guys, you know what? I don't think we need these. This is for a different build. What I'm gonna put in that spot is some development labs, I think. There's Blaine. Right, reduced charge for science team and buff. There we go, Modesta. So we got a fairly fast cooldown on the science team, and that's going to be popping our spores as well. It's an interesting build. We're going to be showing it off in a second here. Let me save that loadout. Still a work in progress, and yeah, there are no torpedoes on this thing. Skills, it should be, that's wrong. There we go, intel primary, temporal secondary. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Let's save that just to make sure. And we are gonna show it off in a Azure Nebula. And it will do quite well there. We also got music by Own 3D playing. That's our BGM. Chill content. One of the things this does really well is in Borg TFOs, it can annihilate a side. So like in Cure, you can just go straight to the cube that's right on top of the shipyards and just wipe it out pretty much instantly. Same for Kitmer, you can go to one of the sites in Kitmer and like just knock out a transformer. I would guess it would be similar in ISA. It does really well in ISCs on the side, so this would be like an off controller for ISC, grouping up the stuff on the transformer and just nuking the shit out of it. Let's see what kind of spread we have here.
Stay focused, plan your attacks, and save as many ships as possible. Every loss is critical for my people. The Tholians are using their energy webs to trap your ships. Target and fire at the nodes.
As you can see there, I wiped out most of the group without firing any of my weapons and just, you know, fired a little bit to kill that guy at the end.
And escape before it collapses in on you.
I was hoping those guys could take care of those fast enough. This thing will pretty much insta-kill a tarantula. It kills it fairly fast. Faster than that. I have parsed it a couple of times last night, and it does about 500-ish K in a competitive ISC.
Is escaping. Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
don't really need to go all out for a group like that. Just, you know, shut them down and
New readings on sensors.
they become
Slowly
fairly
on the
easy
way
to,
here.
to pick off. And I don't have all my buffs gone.
A Talis warbird is escaping.
So 2 and a 1, I'm gonna head over to this side and see what we get on east. Hoping those guys can handle the 2. I think there was someone on the 1 over there already. And those guys are taking care of the...
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Surgical strikes by itself does a really, really good job at killing off the Tholians. Very, very good job. They die really, really quick to it. Can help this guy out with the 2 if he's still fighting it by the time we're done with this. Looks like he needs the help.
A Talis warbird is escaping. Warning, ship a Talis warbird is escaping. Target's shields have failed.
Ditch. A little bit of a shield heal. I don't have that many heals on this particular boat.
A Delon warbird is escaping.
And we're just gonna park over here again, see what we get.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed. 4 shields failing. A Delon warbird is escaping.
It's pretty much a monster for most advanced content, so I'm kind of happy with it. It's not that crazy DPS boat, but for pugging, it's great.
A Talis warbird is escaping. Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed. 4 shields failing.
Hey Larian, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Good morning to you, sir.
Red alert! All hands to battle stations!
A Hapax Warbird is escaping.
I am, yeah, I'm having fun with the some of the new stuff. Well, it's not really new stuff, it's old stuff. But old stuff that got a new update. So Intel definitely has, the update to Intel is very interesting. Let's help this guy with a 2.
Warning, ship is under attack. 4 shields failing. Target's shields have failed.
Yeah, that the TBR acts as a nice execute if you're using a Spore infused build. So this is basically a off controller. It's not it's a DEW-SCI build, so it is a controller build, but it's on a Battlecruiser and it works because it's Intel. So you'd normally expect like a build like this on a science ship of some kind. You have plenty of time.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Be playing some of the other ships. I was having fun with the Kib, which is the Klingon version of the Eclipse Intel Battlecruiser. Yeah, the Kib. It really benefited from the update. So Surgical Strikes is the big one that got the really big update, especially with the trait from the legendary bug ship, the Vanguard Specialists.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Fire our weapons.
Target's shields have failed. 4 shields failing.
A Delon Warbird is escaping.
Just the Delon. We could have killed this a lot faster, but you know, I like seeing the bananas go off. They are a very interesting choice of weapon to use with Surgical Strike. Quick rebalancing on the shields right there.
A Delon Warbird is escaping.
And this might be one of the last ones, yeah.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Yeah, for the execute on the TBR, you actually have to be hitting 3 targets with it. And it does fantastic things. Are you familiar with the kit, Blariana? Oh, we have time. I have time. I can do this. I can insta-pop this. We can insta-pop this. Watch this.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
A Talis Warbird is escaping.
Huh? This thing is a very decent monster, and it's an off-meta thing. It's not that this is not on anyone's meta. I'm fairly certain. I don't think I've seen anyone do a build like that. 20 seconds left. Yeah, I think this is the last one.
A Hapax Warbird is escaping.
Oh, and there was a 5 there. Well, too bad.
I am quite impressed with your fleet. The Tholians are abandoning their bases and taking the remaining ships with them.
I'm just going to switch to the Kib to show you guys. We can actually go out on a sortie with it. That one is not so much a controller. It is more of a vapor. If you guys are familiar with the... yeah, well... a lot of, well, you'll be surprised, a lot of min-maxers are actually of that same opinion. The really good min-maxers know that there are multiple ways of doing things, and we do experiment. We do try different things. That's how metas are born and changed and evolve and get better, and you know. So this is the Kib. I believe I have the 32nd Century Federation skin on it. And it's really neat. These guys are where the cannons fire from. So yeah, this one shoots bananas at these guys here. This is the variant, the third variant, because you have like 3 different variants of the wings. That's the only thing that changes on the ship. Just the wings kind of like backwards, downwards. This one's the forward swept wings. I like it. So this one, let's do a loadout. Also, this is also still a work in progress. Also, completely 100% energy build. Just energy, nothing else. So we got the Ilachis at the front. I also put the Terran Task Force in here. Maybe the quad would do better. I don't know. But this is I already like re-engineered it for crit D. Again, the 2 Omnis, and there are 2, like there's a spiral wave and a heavy biomolecular on the back. Just make sure that's loaded. Again, we have exploiters instead of locators, and this is actually kind of haste based. And let me show you what I mean. So this is what we have going on this particular ship. So the Beta 2, Chemo 2, but again, surgical strikes. There is an EMP override and a intelligence team, which is helpful. Emergency power and directed energy modulation. And we do have a photonic officer here. Now, what this ship does really well, so you can see there's deadly appearance. We do have overpowered. There is emergency weapon cycle, rapid emitter, and enhanced cloaking integer. This ship specializes in decloaking and alphaing something out of existence is what this does. It's a variant of a very old PvP meta. So this was very commonly used by Romulan PvPers and some Klingon PvPers, where it's called a vapor or vaping. Basically, you stay cloaked throughout the PvP match, and whenever you have your alpha off cooldown, you pick a target, you pop all your big alpha buffs, decloak, tractor beam, open up, usually with beam overload and rapid fire, but in later cases, surgical strikes. Your target just goes poof, and then you hightail it out of there, hit your cloaking device again, and wait for your alpha to go off cooldown. That's pretty much the whole build idea back then. Very quick way just to get like kills, like in a say in a 10-minute match, you're getting a kill every 2 minutes for your, on your alpha cooldown. That's basically 5 kills that you've gotten for like no deaths on your part. Now imagine a whole team or like multiple members in a team doing that. Well, anyways, I've set this up for PvE. It does have a battle cloak, but I believe I only get 5 seconds of only 5 seconds of ambush bonus, but there's quite a bit of bonuses going on here. There is the Baki. This does, opening up with the tractor beam after decloaking. The weapons have already taken down the shields at this point and taken out a major chunk of something's HP. Hitting tractor beam will launch like the 3 plasma torpedoes, and it's usually game over for most things in the game at that point. Some elite content, of course, can take some hits, but yeah, it's definitely an interesting build. And that works quite well. It can also nuke aside, so going into a Khitomer Advanced, a Cure Advanced, or even an ISA, this can take out like a transformer on one side by itself, or like the cube. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. It's pretty gnarly. We might actually give that a shot. Do I want to continue with the other ship first? Let's I do want to spend a little bit of time on both ships. Then I switch the spec on this one. No. We'll play more with the ship in a little bit. We're going to play a little bit more with this guy here. And it's like always, it never brings over the freaking battery. Just to make sure they stick and don't fall off. I need to get used to using the actual intel abilities of the intel ships as well, because those have gotten a buff as well. The loadout is fine, cool. So let us try something. Let's like a cure. Because that does benefit from a little bit of control. Well, you'll see how this is. So even without the expensive traits, say the legendary bug ship trait, Vanguard Specialist, Surgical Strikes is still a very, very good ability to use. So it might not be top of the charts, or it hasn't reached the top of the charts yet. People probably haven't figured out the exact right formula for it yet. But it doesn't need to be a top of the charts ability to use it. It just has to be really effective. For the gameplay that you play, do you spend most of your time in elite queues or advanced queues? If it's advanced queues, then you don't absolutely need to have that crazy amount. It is nice to kill things fast, though. It is very satisfying when your stuff is just your enemies are turning into expanding clouds of radioactive particles. We're waiting for the Q to pop, by the way. Can we do it? Can we show off a Khitomer as well? Well, the Kittimer popped. So we're gonna take a side. I think we'll try maybe right near the gate and see if we can pop that as quick as possible and take care of stragglers and shit along the way.
Transwarp conduits in this system, along with a stable spatial.
Shh, quiet. Enjoy the music. And this is why is my stuff in weird locations. No, that's fine. This popped over here, but it's not a terrible. Little loadout glitch.
You will become one with the Borg.
We're not going to open up on this guy too much initially. Just the surgical strike is enough to take a chunk out of him. You'll see.
Drones are headed for the time vortex. Stop them!
Okay, this one's going to be a bit tougher. We've blown our whole wad here. See if we can actually get one of these off.
You will escort us to your home world, where we will begin assimilating your culture and technology.
There we go.
Target's shields have failed.
So getting warps and even after the gate's destroyed.
We will add your technological and biological distinctiveness to our own.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
That should have really hurt her. Yeah, that really took her out. Okay.
Integrity below 75%.
So there you go, guys. A pure DEW-SCI build, 100% energy weapons and control abilities on a battlecruiser. 5.3 Intel battlecruiser on top of that. It works like you saw it. It's right there in front of you. It's a freaking monster for advanced. And let's just keep going. What else can we do? Cure. Let's actually, yeah, well, night. My cooldowns though, or good. Let's wait it out a second for my cooldowns here. especially this guy. Because that is the main culprit right there, the Agni redistributor. If you guys haven't gotten the adamant yet, you should, just as a, like, maybe as a single purchase. You don't have to buy the whole pack, but get the adamant just for this particular console. It's a great ship anyways to have. A nice thing I like about this as well is there's nothing to set up. You just go into like your cruiser spec, whatever, and that's it. You're good to go.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Your defensive capabilities are unable to withstand us. Lower your shields and await assimilation.
Target's shields have failed. 4 shields failing.
Shoots bananas, guys. Come on.
Target's shields have failed.
You can see the rapid fire going off on that guy, the difference.
We have the bulwark.
I guess I popped out a little bit too early. That's fine. It's coming off cooldown in a sec.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
I don't know, is it control that's OP, intel that's OP, the ship itself is OP? It's good, it works, and it's fun to fly, and that's the important thing, is that you enjoy yourself. What else can we run as a test for this? A Battle of Procyon 5. That requires a good deal of control. Well, control helps. And that usually pops, so we'll give it a try. And while waiting, enjoy the music. I'm going to take a quick sip of water here. Get the pop, so we're just waiting for, I guess, everyone to click on the button. Someone's doing what I did, like on the previous run, where I waited out the accept button for a bit.
Battle of Procyon 5 is under.
And again, that's all I need to get myself set up. Just op the weapon efficiency. Although someone else has it, I might switch to strategic maneuvering as well, because that's a really good one to have on these ships. A nice Mutara alliance. That's a.
Sphere builders are targeting the Enterprise. Moving to
Let's
intercept
go
at
here.
full impulse.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Shenanigans, come on.
Target's shields have failed.
Mayday! Core breach imminent! Abandoned ship!
Come on, damn it. No, I'm being attacked by something. I'm not going to be able to get it. What's damaging me? Alright, here we go.
That's half of the portals. Keep going.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Let's get this guy real quick, or at least try to. Come on, bud. You can do it. There we go. Just in the nick of time as well. I'm running the Imperial visuals, shield visuals on this thing. It is a evil Terran ship from the Mirror Universe.
Command sphere destroyed. We did it. It's...
Wait! The timeline is changing!
The Battle of Procyon 5.
Is he running the Inquiry, or is it... Yes, he is. This is a really interesting team,
Sphere
by the
builders
way.
are targeting the Enterprise. Moving to... Wait, no. Bad idea. Krenim ships inbound. Moving to intercept and engage.
Ship is under attack.
Mayday! Core breach imminent! Abandoned ship!
The Krenim fleet is attacking the Enterprise. We can't afford to lose her.
Target's shields have failed.
Oh, don't explode on, damn it. This explosion wrecked me. Come on, get those guys off me, guys.
Left shields failing.
I see you have chosen violent.
Target's shields have failed.
This time, slow down, don't go too far.
Half the portals are down. Well done.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Alright, it looks good. And we'll do the same thing for the last round, except after we clear out the one thing, we'll head back to the Enterprise and make sure she's protected. I want to alpha nuke the Anorax when it shows up. And the Anorax is kind of hard to actually nuke. It takes a little bit of time because it's got its timey-wimey immunity bullshit. It's split into 3 kind of doohickey.
Timeline change.
But it's not gonna save it. We're gonna wreck the Anorax's face.
5 is underway.
Yep, no mines, no torpedoes, no kinetics. Well, except for the kinetic cutting beam, but that's it. Pure energy build, and it's wrecking face.
Sphere builders are targeting the Enterprise. Moving to... Wait, no. Bad idea. Credit ships inbound. Moving to... Stay with Enterprise. Yes.
Enemy forces are attacking Enterprise. Protect her if you can.
Target's shields have failed. Hull integrity below 70.
A bit of damage for that. Okay, let's go protect the Enterprise.
Moving to intercept. Mayday! Core breach imminent! Abandoned ship!
It's got some crazy fall on it, by the way, the Enterprise.
The Anorex just appeared.
Nice work on those portals. Keep it up.
Target's shields have failed.
There we go. Told you guys. Let's see if we can help everyone out.
Target's shields have failed. Core shields failing. Hull integrity below 75%. Rear shields failing.
Should be others.
Hull integrity below 50%. Target's shields have failed.
It's 12 kilometers away. Damn.
4 shields failing.
I need a big grab well here. Damn it, I died. Okay, I wasn't paying attention. I needed the controller. I needed that guy's grab well right there. That would have been great.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
That's it. Yeah. We're just gonna skip that last scene there. That was a pretty decent run. All right. We're gonna be switching over to the Quib for the next batch of stuff we're gonna be doing. So, what do you guys think of the legendary Donnie Intel Battlecruiser running as a DEW-SCI build, a science controller build, basically? Go over the build real quick for you guys. It's pure energy, so we have 4 dual Elachis with crit D, the disruptor wide. You could, if you wanted a torpedo, you could probably put the dark matter in there, really, but I wanted to stick with the theme. You could also possibly put the Terran dual heavy in there. That will work really, really well. Or you could put the quad disruptor in there. That would also work really, really well for you. Using the revolutionary set here, and we are running like the House Martok, just an Omni, and the kinetic cutting beam, exploiters, and then there's a bunch of like on procs and stuff. Spec is Intel Temporal. Quick look at the traits. The main thing really for this is the Spore Infused. You saw what it does. I mean, we got the uncon going, and then you have all these. So that you drop that. That's one Spore Infused. Then you have this one. Then you have this, which is, I believe, it fires off a Spore Infused when you launch it and when it lands. Same for Ionic Turbulence. When you launch it, it fires off a Spore Infused, and when it lands, it becomes an anomaly. And then you TBR on a fast cooldown to pop those spores, as well as Science Team also on a very fast cool. Was that 12 seconds? 13 seconds, whatever. If Boimler pops, it's even a little bit faster than that. Oh yeah, it's pretty much an execute. Other than that, overpowered. Then you have Vanguard Specialist. I am using the Improved Photonic Officer for that extra little exotic boost. And yeah, Emergency Weapon Cycle, because we are using a little bit of haste. It does help out. And, a little bit of control stuff, a little bit of, stuff. So it works out really well, I think. But yeah, if you have some thoughts and comments, leave them below. This will be uploaded to YouTube later, so if you're watching the VOD, let me know what you think. We're going to be taking a very quick break, just 2 minutes. We're going to be continuing on with part 2 of the stream after these commercials. I just want to take the opportunity to stretch, stand up, and have a little bit of aqua. We'll play some commercials. For those of you who are watching live, just stick around. For those of you watching the VOD in the future, there should be a link to part 2 of the stream showing up, probably somewhere up there above me in a couple of seconds. So stick around, we'll be right back.